Hi guys and welcome back to Iclone 3D, where we discuss tips, tricks and tutorials for the latest animation softwares. And today we're going to be looking at how to kind of build a scene with some atmosphere and really layer up that scene and get it looking really cool. So not sure how long this tutorial is going to be. Usually I really like doing really quick, concise ones, but today I'm just going to kind of, build a scene and layer it up and just let people kind of watch the workflow. So it's not much of a tutorial really, it's just kind of watch along and pick up what you can pick up from it. So one of the first things I'll do, I'll go over to here and I'll create a room. And that's just a basic room. Now I'm not going to do this again, I'm not doing this tutorial style, so this is for kind of people that just want to watch along and really kind of see a really cool way to get some good atmospheres going. So I'll create a room. And then I'll make that a bit bigger, stretch it a little bit that way, and a little bit that way. Cool, so that's our room. And then what I'll do usually is I will go into my packs and I'll just go for some textures really. So I've got the nature terrain generator. Well actually no, let's actually go down here to our materials. And what room am I trying to create? I'm not really sure actually. So I like to do stuff for kind of music videos where I can build sets for potential artists that may want an animation video. So maybe some cool funky room. Ooh, that looks kind of funky. I really like that. So yeah, now as you can see I've added some texture to that room. And I might go up here in the texture panel and I might play around with the UV settings. I might, if you can, so it doesn't let you play around with them here, as you can see. And the UV settings are just kind of to, resize the texture and maybe make it a different size within the room. But it doesn't seem to be accessible, so we'll leave that. So I've created a basic room. Alright, cool. What I'll do next, I'll usually turn off all my lights to start kind of creating some type of feeling maybe in the room. So if I go up here and just turn out all my lights, and then I go to the visual tab, which isn't up right now, so we'll go to our toolbar, not in the toolbar. Visual settings, so you're trying to bring up your visual tab. I'll just drop that in there. And then I'll turn off the IBS lighting within the scene. Now we've got complete darkness. Now when it is dark like that, you can just turn on your auxiliary light here just to make your way around the scene and navigate. That's just so you can quickly see about and, continue your workflow basically. So I'd usually add that. Okay. Now I want some cool car. I want a car in there, so maybe add a car. Let me see what we've got in the car section. Let's add this cool Ferrari. I'll add that into the scene and we'll just then kind of see how that fits. So the room's quite big, as you can see, so what I'll do is I'll bring the room down a little bit. Okay, cool. Now remember, it's completely dark in here when we turn off that aux light. So we haven't got any light setups yet. That will come next. Okay, cool. Right now I've got a little room that I'm happy with. I'll turn that off and then I'll start to add my lights. So let's create a point light. And as I've discussed in an earlier tutorial, these point lights are really useful because they'll kind of spread light all around the room in an equal direction, so you can just get a kind of nice feel. So as you can already see, a bit of atmosphere going on. Still lacking quite a bit of light, but we've got an atmosphere. And I'm really liking that. So we'll create a spotlight next. Just move that kind of position that on the wheels and get a bit more light on them wheels. So the rims are actually black, so it's kind of difficult to see them anyway. We'll maybe position that light a bit more up here. Just make that red pop a little bit more, and you can go to your multiplier and just boost that a little. So you can already see we're getting a bit of atmosphere in that scene, and if you just hold control and then you drag, that will duplicate your light, so you can just get another one quickly going in the scene. And then we'll just add that one over here at the back, just to get some nice backlighting on the car. Looks good. So you can see we've got some nice atmosphere going now. Now we want to add some more light, and we want to position that light at the back to just bring a bit of the room out. As you can see, that starts to kind of bring a little bit of the room. And maybe just I'll change the color to add a bit of atmosphere. I like red. So change that red, that gives that background a little bit more atmosphere. And we could just boost that light as well, just to kind of bring it out a touch more. That looks really good. A little bit more. That looks really good. Okay, so now you can start to see we've got a bit of atmosphere going. And that is kind of a really cool way to, you know, start to develop a scene. Maybe add one more light on the side of the car here, even though I don't want it too predominant. Yeah, something like that looks really cool. Okay, now we've got a scene. We might want to add an actor. So we'll just go here to our actors and just add a quick actor. Who haven't I used? Let's use Mr. Green Man. We'll use the Incredible Hulk. Cool, so now we might want to add the Hulk to the scene. Now, as you can see, if we position him in the back, he just really kind of picks up that nice red lighting. It looks really sinister, if you ask me. So we'll put our Hulk in there. Or maybe let's bring him in front of the car. Yeah, let's bring him in front of the car. Let's bring him about here. Computer's moving a bit laggy. Bring him about there. And then, because we're now not using that light, we'll use that light to light up our subject here. Just get a nice light. And we'll just boost that a little bit to bring out that subject a little bit more. There, that looks really good. Cool, so let me turn off these lights in the scene so we can actually get a look at what's going on. Okay, so there we can see, you know, some atmosphere, some basic atmosphere that we've kind of done to that scene, and I think that looks really cool. And you know, it didn't take too long, you know, but it's really brought out that room and really made it into a nice looking stage where, you know, I could position an artist to then do an animation, music video, etc. So yeah, just a bit of my workflow really. That's how I'd kind of create bases. And then, you know, it's just a question of adding all sorts of props to the scene. You know, you might want to come down here and add some speakers. Let's try that. If I can find them. Let me type speakers up here and see what that gives me. Cool, so yeah, you might want to add some speakers to that room. Double them up. And now look, now you've got like a really cool room with speakers. And you can do that for the other side of the room as well. And now you've got a really cool quick scene. But you know, this is just me doing this to kind of show you a little bit of my workflow and how I do things. And then, you know, you can animate to your heart's content and have a great scene with some atmosphere and, you know, really cool looking atmosphere going on. You may want to add another light to the speakers at the back there just to kind of bring them out a little bit more. Just a really kind of faint light, and that will just help them pop a little bit more in the scene. And you could do that to the other ones. And just really help make them pop. So yeah, just, you know, maybe I'll call this a little tutorial on lighting. I've done quite a few on lighting, but this is just really showing you my workflow and how you can get a really, really cool scene using your own lighting. Let's add a little bit of motion. Let's add a mood. And let's add an angry mood. Let's see how that works. The arms are going through the mesh. Let's try and use one. But yeah, really cool. Really, really quick and easy setup. So, but yeah, really hope that kind of helps, guys, and you know, just kind of gives you a bit of an understanding of, you know, how to get some cool atmospheres in a scene. As you saw, we created this from scratch, and pretty neat looking scene setup. Hope that helps, guys, and have a great rest of your evening. See you again for another tutorial soon. Don't forget to sub to the channel, and don't forget to follow the Instagram page. See you again soon.